What I value about John is probably the most important thing is his capacity for friendship. John is a wonderful friend to all kinds of students and has been their friends for many, many years, and friends of their family. He's friends of the staff, he's friends of the faculty. He has this enormous capacity to create friendships and maintain friendships. And it's a wonderful thing to watch and to have in your community.
If I had to name some definitive adjectives to describe John, I think the first adjective that I would offer is that he's gentle. Very, very gentle person. If you go in and talk to him, if there's a conflict in faculty meeting, if you see him interacting with a student, even if he's agitated for good reason about something, he doesn't raise his voice. He speaks with respect, and he speaks gently, even when he speaks firmly. He really listens and really wants to understand where someone's coming from.
The adjectives that I would use to describe John would include creativity, kindness, loyal, wise. It's not hard to like him and all of his characteristics.
With John, the emphasis is consistently and always on the person. Okay? The person comes before the idea. The person comes before even the principle that one may believe in passionately. Without the face-to-face, without the personal relationship, so much of what we do is in vain. And I think with John, you always have a consistent emphasis on the person, and I value that very much.
What I value about John, first of all, and I valued this from virtually the first day I came here, was John's willingness to be a colleague with me. His willingness as the senior faculty member of the faculty to play that role and to play it well, to be the person to whom I could go with virtually any request and he would say yes. John has been an amazing citizen in the life of this place.
His impact on Austin Seminary is seen in his students. Every student who has had John emerges with a passion for reading the New Testament and reading it in fresh ways, through fresh eyes, and approaching the text every day anew. And that's something that's really needed in the church. The text will always surprise us if we open it anew each morning. I think that's John's legacy at Austin Seminary.
The thing I valued most about John at my time in Austin Seminary was the love he had for his students. He was a person of compassion, and it showed in the classroom and outside of the classroom. Each year he brought his students to his ranch, and he invited their families to come with. And I took my little sister with me to John's ranch and for the summer, and she got to ride on a horse and pet a donkey and go on a hayride on his tractor. And when the summer was over, we both went our separate ways. And the next time I saw John that semester, several months later, he came up to me and he asked, "How is Amber?" He not only remembered that I had a sister, but he remembered her name, and he remembered her age, and he remembered particulars about her. He cared enough about his students to remember more than their performance in the classroom, but to remember the biggest details of their lives.
John's been very valuable to me as a professor here, but also serving as a mentor when I was a student associate pastor at Sunrise Beach for the past year. He kind of took me under his wing and was happy to impart knowledge to me that he's gained over years of not only studying and research, but also serving as a pastor to a church and kind of the realities of what it means to be a pastor of a congregation. And everything that he's imparted to me, I truly value and find inspirational and uplifting.
John has brought to Austin Seminary all the attributes of a very fine biblical scholar. He's brought, in that sense, to this community all of the information one would expect from someone with his background in the classroom. But he's also brought beyond that a deep pastoral sense, a deep sense of caring for students, which he extended in so many personal ways. I can think of one example. I was talking to a student this summer who is now serving in a